MIG welding stands for metal inert gas welding and is a process that uses a solid wire electrode, such as carbon steel, to join base materials together. But first we need to understand how all of this got started. In the year 1800, a Cornish chemist by the name of Humphrey Davy discovered the electric arc, an observable plasma discharge. It is caused by gases in the air being ionized by an electric current and occurs in MIG welding between the carbon steel electrode and the metal workpiece. Almost 150 years later, MIG welding really took off. In 1948, A.G. Kennedy produced a MIG welder with an electrode that had a small diameter and a continuous source of power. It used an electrode made out of aluminum and had iron gas shielding. Shielding with the right gas protects the material from atmospheric gases such as oxygen and nitrogen, increases its strength, resistance to corrosive materials, and overall durability. Then, in 1953, two scientists by the name of Novoselov and Lyubovsky discovered that using carbon dioxide as a shielding gas made welding a lot more economical. From 1958 to 1959, it was discovered that it was possible to weld thin materials using a short electric arc and an electrode with a small diameter of 0.035 inches to 0.062 inches and lower heat levels. As time has passed, small improvements have been made to MIG welding. In the 1990s, Lincoln Electric created a computerized controlled circuit. They also designed the STT, the surface tension transfer, which ran off a waveform generator, meaning that it didn't require a constant power source. The most important part about welding is safety. So here we have a light shielding mask which protects your eyes from the really bright light that occurs. Next we have these gloves which protect your hands, this leather jacket which protects your arms and shoulders, and this apron which protects most of your body from any spatter that occurs, and also protects your clothes. Here is our welding station at Skaneateles High School. Back here we have this machine, which is where the welding is mostly done. The arc volts is how hot the wire is, and the wire speed is how fast it comes out. And then over here we have the shielding gas. We have argon and carbon dioxide, which is usually set to about 15. After you have set the arc volts and the wire speed to the appropriate setting and the shielding gas is on, you may begin welding. Once you make sure that there is a little bit of the wire electrode sticking out of the welding gun and your material is clamped down to a base, you want to lean up against the side of a wall, place the tip of the wire slightly above the workpiece metal, and pull the trigger. Once the trigger is pulled, you will feel a little pushback and see a bunch of sparks. The first thing that you will need to buy is the MIG welder itself. MIG welders can range anywhere in price from $100 to nearly $40,000. Along with the MIG welder, you will need a wire electrode and a welding gun. Carbon steel electrodes cost about $3 per pound, and welding guns cost around $300 to $400. Next, you will need a compressed gas tank for the gas shielding and a sturdy welding table to hold your workpiece material. Argon and carbon dioxide gas tanks cost around $140 for 20 cubic feet, and welding tables or booths cost nearly $1,000. And lastly, but most importantly, you need your safety gear. As mentioned before, you will need a light shielding helmet, something to cover your arms and your body, and special gloves. Luckily, the required safety gear for MIG welding really isn't very expensive. For example, the welding gloves only cost as much as $10, and the welding mask can only cost about $30. In conclusion, MIG welding is a joining process that has been in the works since the year 1800. Materials are joined through the wire electrode that is ejected through the welding gun. And shielding gas protects the welded material against gases in the atmosphere such as nitrogen and oxygen. And again, the most important part about any type of welding or any type of process at all is safety. Especially in MIG welding, you need the mask to protect your eyes, and the gloves to protect your hands.